Hi everyone, I'm Albert Torcaso, and I hope that I have been motivating you in some ways over the years, in some way. I hope that I have brought you value, that you will become a subscriber to this channel on YouTube. Visit me on Facebook and Twitter. Like the video, subscribe, and share it. But I want to speak to you from the heart, from the mind, and from the spirit. That's what I do. And sometimes my videos can be extremely short or extremely long. I don't judge it by the time. I judge it by the content. That said, I have made major changes in my life in the last month. I have made decisions that really, in my entire life, I had not made. I came to the conclusion that of all the things I do, the most important thing that I do, and the way I serve people around the globe, the greatest amount of way and greatest way in the service is through my TV show, Humanity Matters Live. Earlier today, September the 5th, 2017, I actually had an episode with my co-host, Annette Mendel, and Mike McCutcheon. And when you see this, it may be, who knows when, it may be December 2017, it could be January 2018, it could be years from now. But when you see this, know that I have made that decision to take my TV series to the next level. So I want to speak to you about what my decision, what your decisions do and do not. Now, nothing has changed except everything. Nothing except everything. Nothing has changed in terms of my immediate cash flow. Nothing has changed in terms of being on the mainstream TV. The actual being on the networks has not occurred yet. Nothing has changed except everything. It may sound kind of bizarre, but it is not. Nothing has physically changed yet. The reality has not happened yet. The cash flow is not there yet. The being able to be on a nationwide network has not changed. I'm not there yet. But it has changed. It is happening. It's already happened in here, in my brain. I can almost see it. But more importantly, there is a reason for you to listen. As I have determined to make this happen, I have changed my mentality about it. And that has put a confidence in me, a determination. And I know for absolutely certain that as impossible of a challenge that this is, that is absolutely certain that it's going to happen. The only thing that can stop me is if, for some reason, the good Lord, Father God, sends me up there to be with Him and Jesus Christ, and obviously the Holy Spirit. But other than that, I know that it's going to happen. I know that it doesn't matter how many rejections I receive, how many roadblocks that we actually come across. It's going to happen. But I want you to know a little bit about this episode that we had on September the 5th. We had the Toastmasters International, one of their chapters, one of their clubs was there. And one of their regional directors was there. And I'm opening the window for Annette a little bit.
Thank you.
And she said, thank you, Jared. I said, thanks to them, too. You don't have to. I'm kidding. I had the Toastmasters International. It's an organization that helps you become a leader and also a great public speaker, amongst other things. And that in and of itself was another step in getting to where I want to be. I will be a member of that group. And some of the people that have gone to that group have gone on to be leaders in just about every field you can imagine. So what has changed? Physically? Monetarily? Not yet anything. But it has in here. And because it has, it will out there. Now, how does this relate to you? When you find your dream, what it really is, when you find your dream and you go for it, your dream's going to come true. You see, I know things have changed. It's only a matter of time before everything I said will come to pass. And it almost sounds like I'm speaking biblically for those of you who believe in Christianity. And I believe in a God. You could call God by any name, and you could call God 1.5 trillion names. But I believe in God. Me personally, I believe in Jesus Christ. You know, Father God, and Jesus Christ is my Savior. He has risen. He is, even though we don't physically see him, he's alive. That said, I love everybody. I love Hindu, Buddhist, Jew, Muslim, Sikh. It doesn't matter to me. But I want you to understand something about you. There's no limitations on your success. There's not. You know, you might think, well, you're doing all this talking, Albert. You're doing these massive changes, Albert. But you've just said you're not there yet. And you know what? That's kind of an illusion. You see, I'm there. I'm already there. There's a country song that has a verse, I'm already there. And I am. I haven't gotten there physically. But here, I'm there. You need to understand that being on this show is incredibly important. This series, getting to where I want to be. I will open the window for her again, but it's a lot noisier because there's a helicopter overhead. I will succeed, and I'm taking on an even greater challenge. Not just for me to get my TV series out there, but to have Michael, along with myself and Annette. Now, this is a great, great, great task. And frankly, there's going to be tons of roadblocks. But between you, me, and the world, these networks don't even have a prayer. They really don't. I'm getting there. As I said, I'm already there. They're not going to deny me because they will not be permitted to deny you. Now, what do I mean by that? Before I go, I'm almost done. They're not going to deny the person out there thinking about doing something that seems impossible. And you happen to see one of my shows, whether it's a video, my public access series, or you see my national one when that's on. And because of it, you get the courage. When people are cutting you down, when maybe your so-called friends are like, ooh, you can't do this, you ain't smart enough, you ain't rich enough, or anything else. I want you to know, oh, you are smart enough. You're rich enough because in your mind you can make yourself the richest man in the universe, the richest woman in the universe. And you can reach for the stars. And you will get there once you decide it. Now, I speak as if we can just, like that, conjure it up like we're magicians, like we're genies or witches. from the fairy tale, which is not the which is in Wicca. But somehow we can just, and we're there. No, it's going to take work. It's going to take confidence. It's going to take learning. And yes, it's going to take money in some cases. But you, sir, you, ma'am, you bullied teenager or child, you're worth it. And you can do it. Oh, yes, you can. Now, why should you believe me? You don't know me. But here's what you need to know. I've had so many strikes against me, it's almost as if I was on a baseball team and had 27 outs in a row. That's how many outs it takes, 9 innings. Okay? Or 2 million outs, but I'm still here. And when I said I'm going to do something, I'm getting it done. Now, what's that have to do with you? You might be wondering. You, the black teenager, that in America, they treat you like garbage, and it pisses me off. I'm sorry, Lord Father God, but it pisses me off the way we treat our African-American brothers and sisters, our black American, heck, forget all that, our family. You know how important a 17-year-old child that happens to be black is to me? A 17-year-old boy that may look a little tough, whatever, stupid stereotypes. Do you know he is important, and so is the young lady to me, as my life, as Annette's life? They're my family. You're my family. You may not like it, but you are. I don't like the way it's almost hunting season on black children. And I'm sorry, I'm not saying every officer in America is guilty, but every officer in America is guilty of one thing: not speaking up and hiding behind the thin blue line when they know there's somebody that's bad in their organization. If you know and you're doing nothing, you're not doing anything, then you're guilty. Now, I like the police. I respect them. But lately, you lost credibility. And frankly, I'm considered a Caucasian. I'm not. I'm Italian. I'm Sicilian, partially, mostly, and a little bit of Italian. You know what I think? I think when I see an officer of the law, and I'm not even black, I'm not Middle Eastern, I'm not Mexican, I'm not Asian. And you know what? Even a law-abiding man like me, I get worried. And you might think, well, why would a so-called white guy get worried? Because I don't trust the cops, officers anymore. I would like to say I do. Even the good ones, I worry about a little bit. Just a little bit. Because it's hunting season on black children. Or black adults. You know what that means to me? I mean, since they've been getting away with it and it's quote-unquote justified. I'm going to open the window for that. It's quote-unquote justified, right? So how do I have to worry? I'm so-called a white guy. Well, let me ask you this question. If you get away with murder, or you see that when the police do this, they get away with it, do you really think that you have confidence that they wouldn't face justice if they killed anybody? I'm not trying to condemn the police, don't get me wrong. But I think the police around this nation, the police, a lot of departments are condemning themselves. By association, they're guilty. So I would suggest you get rid of the thin blue line before you end up losing all credibility. But me? I can't stand the way African Americans, black American children, and adults of all ages are being treated. I don't like that we want to get rid of the immigrants because, oh, quote unquote, they came here illegally. Yeah, I'll go there. But you, sir, and you, ma'am, if you are African American, a citizen of is considered black, which is a ridiculous statement because you're not. First of all, you're a human being, but that's beside the point. But I don't care who you are, what you are, of nationality-wise. You're my family is what you are. And it's about time we treat each other right. So all of you out there who don't know what this is all about, it's about you, brothers and sisters. It's about your family. It's about doing what is right, and it's about you getting there. I don't care if you are somebody that's been discriminated against. I believe in you. Am I long-winded? You better believe it. But how many people out there cares about gang members? I would say to the gang members, stop your illegal activities. You deserve better. Use those skill sets to start your own legal, legitimate businesses. If you don't want to work for the fast food, I don't blame you. Why would you want a servant's or a slave job? I understand that. But you have so much talent and you are risking your lives and hurting each other sometimes or killing each other over nonsense. You're too important. And anyone of any pigmentation or age or economics, you need to understand you are too important. You are on this earth for a reason. Now get out there and make your dreams happen. Get out there and win. That's right, I said win.